Hello, I'm Dan Toppy and welcome back to another brand new Fortnite video. Today I've got some huge changes that Epic talked about yesterday in their blog post, where they talked about some future changes they hope to make to the main core of the game, so that's building, gunplay, and everything that the main part of the game revolves around, and how they want to change that to better suit the game to what they want it to be. The post yesterday was called Counterplay and Playstyles, and they introduced this by saying, "We are going to continue to make changes to evolve the game to give players multiple ways to counter each other in combat and create more strategies to win this game." So basically with this post they wanted to outline some changes they want to make in the future to allow players to counter people and to also play with different strategies throughout the game, but especially at the end of the game. So in the main part of the post they said, "Fortnite is constantly evolving. Our goal with any changes is to keep the game fun and interesting, keeping it feeling fresh and new. It's important to support a variety of late game strategies that don't boil down to just build lol. We strongly believe that the evolution of Fortnite supports a wider range of playstyles and counterplay. Currently, the superiority of shotguns, rockets and uncapped building are such a dominant playstyle in the final circle that most other strategies are being drowned out." So basically what they're saying in this part is that they don't agree with how the game plays out currently, about how you have to be really good at building to be able to win games, to play in that final top 10 situation. You have to be able to have those build-off fights where you can easily outgun and build around players to then use your shotguns and your rockets to eventually win the game and win those important fights. It sounds like they want all parts of the game to be included in the final battles, when it's really important they want everything from the game to still be included, and it's not just all the best weapons like the Scars, with grenade launchers, with rockets and shotguns, and everyone just having max material so they can just keep on building and keep on avoiding all of those shots. After that they talk about recent changes and upcoming changes. They say, "We have made a few changes recently and will continue to make more to give you options to counter other players in combat, especially in the late game. We are exploring changes to weapon balance and resource economy, like resource caps." Now this is something that they have changed recently. They changed the amount of materials you would pick up from the floor and from chests from 30 down to 20. They also changed how often you find rocket launchers and rockets themselves, and they very recently just changed the amount of rockets you can carry so that you can only carry 12 extra. And throughout the game you have to actively harvest a lot more resources because it's a lot harder to get those resources, especially when you are using them to build up to buildings, build away from opponents and attack people. So you have to make sure that you are constantly getting more as you are using them, because it's not as easy as it was before to collect them just from the floor and from chests as you're looting. The only way when you don't generally have to do this is once you have got a few kills and you've killed a lot of people who had load of materials. So once you have got max towards the end of the game, you tend to not have to do this as much. But I have found myself in a lot more situations where I'm running out of materials when I really need them and dying because of it. So these changes have already made a difference to how the game plays, but it looks like they want to change these even further as they are talking about resource caps. So at the moment you can carry 999 of each material at a time, so this is essentially 3000 materials between all three types, so this means you can place 300 pieces. The most likely change they'd make to this cap is most likely to set it to 750. This would still give you a load of materials, not too much that it would limit you in any way. You'd most likely be able to completely stay playing as you are now, but it does mean that you will run out of materials a little bit quicker, so you do need to be a bit careful with them, make sure you're not spamming them quite so much, but it shouldn't have too much of an effect on your overall game. I do think though if they change this lower than that, so around 500 per stack, so you only have half the amount of materials that you could have before, it will make a massive change to the game, and it will mean that you won't be able to build as often, you won't be able to build as much as you can now, and it will definitely try to kill off build battles. This is a huge part of the game at the moment, but it looks like it's something that they don't want to be quite so dominant in the game, and they want you to be able to have gun battles unprotected, just stood out in the open shooting. But this is something that I'm a bit worried about, because if you aren't able to always protect yourself with building, weapons that are already powerful will become even more powerful when you can't build to be able to get away from them. So guns like the Scar probably would get nerfed, because if you are just stood out in the open and the enemy player has a Scar, they will be able to laser you down extremely quickly, so this will take a nerf to make it less powerful, so you can counter players when you don't need to build. And finally, in this post, Epic have a section called Moving Forward. This says, "So where does this leave us? You should be able to find battle royales through multiple strategies. Shotguns should be strong, but other weapons now have room to grow. Not every encounter should have to end in a build-off. We want to empower you to showcase your skills, strategy and tactics in a variety of ways. We'll be exploring these changes over the next few weeks. We're excited to hear your thoughts and encourage you to participate in discussions on our various social channels. All of the things that they talk about in this section, like shotguns and building, are huge parts of the game and especially huge in the final parts, in the final few players. So if they do choose to make changes to all these areas, it will completely change how the game plays. So let me know what you think about all of these possible changes in the comments down below. It does sound like they're definitely going through with them, sounds like they're working on them currently, and we can expect to see them in the next couple of weeks. As I said, they have already made those few previous changes to the game, which haven't really been too bad, but we'll see what they choose to do with these new ones, and I'll talk about them when they are released so we know how the game has completely changed. But if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you leave it a like. If you're new here, make sure you are subscribing for more videos just like this one. On screen now are links through to two of my playlists, one for the weekly challenge guides, and another for the bonus star guides. The bonus stars have now finished, all of them have been released, so if you do want to complete all of them, make sure you are checking out that playlist. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.